My guest is Randy Fishell. He is editor of Guide and Reel magazines, two magazines that have had a long, or at least Guide has, a long and impressive history of training and equipping our young people. And let's talk about, because we talked about what it is to edit, what actually Guide is, and get a little history, a little culture of the magazine itself.
Yeah. Guide is the, I guess we'll call it the official publication for Adventist children. Shouldn't call them children at ages 10 to 14, but that's, there's a current Guide cover. Some of you have probably seen that in a Sabbath school setting in a local church. And Guide actually is celebrating its 60th anniversary this year.
Praise God.
And I can't say that I was there at the beginning, but certainly it was in good hands through the years. I think there's a shot coming up next of the very first cover, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's
that was in 1953.
a
Now, lot of interesting things happened that year. That's the very first cover right there, as a matter of fact. Interesting things happened in that year. I just learned that Elvis Presley recorded his first song at the same year. And, weighing the two developments, I'm going to go with Guide.
Yeah, I'll go with Guide too. Guide gets my vote.
But it's been a wonderful publication. Our staple product is True Stories, and of course it has lessons and different things in it.
Yeah.
The first editor, you'll see a picture of him here, Lawrence Maxwell.
Oh, yes.
That was before the age of computers.
Oh, yes.
And Lawrence, I had the good fortune, the blessing, really, of seeing him a couple of months before he passed away. And, you know, it was interesting because as I was talking to him, I could tell that he was in a little bit of pain, but I could also tell that he was ready.
Yeah.
And in the very first editorial that he wrote these words. He said, the goal of Guide, this new junior Guide, is to guide young people all the way from earth to heaven.
Wow.
And as simple as that little phrase sounds, really that has remained through the course of 60 years, that has remained really our goal. I mentioned Junior Guide because that's what the original name was. Some viewers will remember the Youth's Instructor.
Oh, yes.
And that was a publication that was very beloved by many individuals. Back in about 52, 53, the church decided, you know what we really need to do is focus in a little bit more now on something unique for juniors. And so they went to this Junior Guide. By the way, the name Junior Guide, that was, a contest was held. And for some reason, a lot of young people sent in the name Junior Guide. Among them, you're not saying you did.
No, I did not.